Thank you to everyone who follows me on Instagram who decided to submit a question for this YouTube Q&A. Let's go through some of the best questions right now. So the first question is, what are your views on the Rolex price increases? Well, for a bit of context, every year, Jan 1st, Rolex put their prices up, and there's rumours that 2025 it's going to be a 14%. I've heard 16% increase as well. We're not going to know, but it will probably vary depending on the watch and the type of metal used for the watch. I have a few thoughts on this. The reason why Rolex do this is probably partly because of inflation just naturally, but also because of the price of gold at the moment. The price of gold has gone up a lot over the last year, and so I just believe that Rolex are trying to align to the price of gold. You've got to remember, gold is a separate commodity to watches, so Rolex have to buy gold, or they have a gold reserve, and the value of it will go up. If they were to keep watches the same price, they would probably at some point end up losing money. So they have to put the prices up. Are they making a massive profit on these watches still? Yes, absolutely they will be. Do I agree with the price increases? I mean, yeah, it's a business. It's fine. I understand it. They're trying to make money, but at the same time, I don't think it's needed as frequently, especially for the gold watches. You look at a gold Sky Dweller on Oyster Flex. They are now, what are they, high 30s right now before the price increase. If the price goes up 15%, let's say, it's going to be low 40s for this watch, which is insane. If you look at this same watch, but a full gold bracelet, they're currently like low 40,000s. They're going to go up to mid to high 40,000s, which is absolutely insane. This watch right here, £25,000. This is going to be soon 15k below retail, which I don't think is going to help Rolex. What watches are in your personal collection, and what is your dream 5-watch roll? Okay, for 6 years I had a Submariner Hulk, and I also had a AP Royal Oak 15400 white dial. I sold them last year, so I don't have any in my personal collection as of now. If I were to have 5 watches, I never really think about it as a 5-watch collection, but if I had to, I would go with a Yachtmaster Haribo, the Tutti Frutti on Oyster Flex. I would go with a Yellow Gold GMT green dial. It's now discontinued. Really like that watch, have done for a long time. I would go for an AP Royal Oak Yellow Gold Day-Date Moon Phase 36mm champagne dial. Love it. And what else? 4th watch, a Patek 5712R, so the rose gold Nautilus, also moon phase. And the last watch, probably something that I can wear daily, maybe a bluesy, a Submariner, or a green sub or the black sub, something like that. What's the most popular watch you sell? Has this, or does it change regularly? It's pretty consistent. It's usually a Submariner Date, it's usually a Batman or Batgirl, a Pepsi, and as of this year, 2024, it's been the Bruce Wayne. In 2024, I sold over 20 Bruce Waynes, I sold over 30 Sub-Dates, and I sold around 40 Batgirl and Batmans, so very, very popular, GMTs and subs, steel Rolexes. Why do I think that's the case? Well, price-wise, relative to RRP, it's quite close. There's not a massive disparity in price from retail and grey market, and also I think aesthetically, wearability, they're probably most versatile and most comfortable. You can dress them up or down, so yeah, those I would say. How did you get into the watch business? This is something that I've covered quite a bit on this channel. I graduated from university, I got a job in finance. I worked at Barclays for around 3-4 years. I quit my job, didn't really have anything to go into, and actually it was more out of, I don't want to say desperation, but it was more out of a need to make money that I just decided to buy a single watch. So I bought a black dial Daytona, it was a 2021 Daytona, full steel, and decided to try and sell it. And it took me 6 weeks to sell that watch. Sold it and just proved to myself that I could sell watches. And I did have a YouTube channel at the time. I made watch content, so it kind of fit naturally. And yeah, used my YouTube channel as a platform for advertising, showing my life behind the scenes. And it took me 6 weeks, and in hindsight, I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. I would say buy a cheaper watch, or even better still, help someone else sell their watch and just take a fee for doing so. Top 3 moments in starting watch life that have made you really speechless or emotional. Wow, what a great question. Probably going back to what I just said, selling my first watch, that was obviously very, very important, proof that the business could work, and yeah, it was the start of everything for me. It probably makes me more emotional thinking about it now than it did at the time, and how significant that was, and the fact that I took that big risk, that for me is very important to look back on. The second thing would probably be selling a quite expensive Patek Philippe watch. It was over 100k. It was a 5811, so the white gold, and you know, made decent money on that. But money aside, it was more just it was more proof again that my business could operate on a higher level, and that my business was capable of providing and offering those kind of watches. So again, that was more of a stepping stone to business growth. And I think number 3 is probably just the whole of 2024. I've broken records in all sorts of categories, like revenue, number of watches sold, gross profit, net profit, the amount of people that I've met through doing deals. I've met some inspiring people, genuinely amazing people, and I've actually felt the most support this year as well. So that's, if we want to go on the the emotional side of things, I've felt the most support this year, and I'm grateful for that, and I have to give all thanks to you guys for that as well. How well do you know your clients, their backgrounds, their life story? So anyone I speak to, I like to understand as much as I can about them with the time that I have. So as much as possible, I would say there's probably 15 or 20 people that I have extremely close relationships with and have done lots of business with over the last few years, and it's these people that I would do anything and everything for if I can, because they show incredible loyalty to me and my business. They will come to me first to buy or sell a watch, and again, super grateful for that. And actually it's that kind of relationship with people is priceless. So the least I can do is offer the watches that they want, or source them for them at the absolute best prices, and I genuinely, confidently believe that I do that for those people. So the short answer is very well, and I would like to get to know even more people as well if possible. Who in general are the buyers of the big hitter watches, business owners? Yeah, so he's answered the question here himself. So yeah, it tends to be business owners that have thriving businesses, or people that have sold businesses as well, or people that are now retired. So interestingly, the industry doesn't necessarily matter, because I sell to people that have businesses in all sorts of industries. I mean, off the top of my head, like construction, fashion, music, sport. There's a lot. So the industry doesn't matter. But I guess in general, I sell watches to honestly all sorts of people. You wouldn't believe the people that I end up selling watches to. I would say my kind of general demographic buyer is male 24, 25 to 60, maybe 65. That kind of is my sweet spot, which isn't really a sweet spot. It's kind of a generic blanket, but yeah, all sorts of people. I'm looking to buy my first Rolex. Should I go to the grey market or try an AD? With this kind of question, it really depends on the person. It depends on the watch, actually, that you want to get. It depends on how long you're willing to wait, what is your patience level like, and also how much are you willing to spend in order to get the watches that you want, or the watch that you want. So I think if you're willing to play the AD game and spend in a few different places on other brands and jewellery, and you can do it, you can afford it, and you're happy to wait, absolutely, it's probably a good option. However, if you're impatient, you don't want to wait for years and years, or get handed empty promises every week, then the grey market might be the right thing for you to do. Yes, you may pay a premium over RRP, but you do get the watch immediately, and you get to enjoy it before all these Rolex price increases. So you've just got to balance that. You've just got to think about that. You know, if you bought a sub-date today, you might pay a K or 1.5K over retail, but in a year or 2 years of waiting for that watch, the price increases is probably going to be more than what you pay today anyway. So It really, really depends, and obviously I'm biased because I sell watches, but it just depends. And as always, guys, if you're looking to buy or sell watches, you can contact Watch Life on Instagram, email or WhatsApp. It'll be in the description below. And I think this is before New Year that you'll be seeing this. If it is, Happy New Year. I hope you have an amazing 2025, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.